This is the Conscious Hour, and it's Sunday night, and the Supreme Leader of Iran is going to speak. And being a Westerner, born and raised in the U.S., I see the incredible lack of knowledge by most Americans of foreign countries, let alone most Americans have never left the state they live in, and their news, of course, doesn't broadcast anything around the world, and your education system has nothing to do with any other countries around the world unless you studied history and then maybe they told you had wars around the world. Every war that the United States has raged is a better one, from Vietnam on was based on a lie. The one thing you have to remember is this: sovereignty is sovereignty. If you're in Iran, you're a sovereign country. If you're in Canada, you're a sovereign country. But for some reason, the US has this attitude that we can go into other countries and tell them what to do. So we know that if you're a Westerner and you're thinking Iran's bad and they have all these protests and they're killing their own people, everything you've been seeing on the news was a lie. This last protest, there were numbers, there was 60,000 people murdered, 30,000 people murdered, blah, blah, blah. It was bullshit. There was 3,200 people that were killed, according to the reports from not only the Iranian government, but independent sources. And they also have found something very interesting. They found 900 Mossad agents that were stirring up the pot, having their quote protests. And it was the largest protest in the history of Iran. There were 3.5 million people protesting all over the country in support of their country. Imagine you being a sovereign nation. Imagine you not being the United States, but we're the United States. We've never been to war with anybody, and we're just trying to get along here in our own country. And then some country keeps coming in and trying to invade us. Then they want to tell us, well, you can't have nuclear anything. What do you mean? They have nuclear power plants. They have nuclear processing facilities that can make radioisotopes for cancer treatments. That's what they do. They don't want a nuclear weapon. Why? Because the West has got the nuclear weapons and they're much more religious, that all life is sacred. Let's listen to the leader of the nation talk, and you might wake up and realize that, we've sent our men, women, and children to too many wars. They came back, and we were all shocked about how bad it hurt them and how many times we heard and understood that we shouldn't be in these foreign countries invading them. Well, we're doing this because Netanyahu owns us. He owns the U.S. We are the U.S., Netanyahu U.S., and Donald Trump is his puppet, just like Biden was his puppet, too. Let's get into this one. Hopefully it cues right up. There we go.
Content perfectly throughout this entire segment.
Now, see, Westerners are going, oh, he's a bad man. No, he's not. He's a very loving, caring person.
This powerful weekend sentiment is so incredibly important to the movement that they are constantly working to devise elaborate and complex plans specifically designed just to deny the existence of this weekend spirit. Right now, in this recent nuclear issue and the discussions that are taking place, this weekend is so important that they devise plans just to negate this weekend. Right now, in this recent nuclear issue and the negotiations regarding the nuclear matter, with the mediation of Oman, the plan that the Americans have proposed, sir, is 100% against our weekend.
Which means against our values and principles.
This is our formal response to the official statements recently issued by the Western government administrations and the various international media outlets and news organizations. It is 100% against our weekend. Our response to the loud and reckless statements of the American government is obvious. It's clear what our answer will be. Some years ago, one of the presidents of the United States said, he once explicitly stated that if I could, I would completely dismantle every single nut and bolt of Iran's nuclear industry and utterly destroy the entire program. Of course, he openly admitted to this fact himself. He said, if I could, I would dismantle the nuts and bolts of Iran's nuclear industry and destroy it. But he admitted that he couldn't. Since that day, the nuts and bolts of our nuclear industry have become much more tightly fastened together. The first point that we
And the only nuclear
When
processing they
it
have
comes to the nuclear issue, what we
radioisotopes
say to the Americans and others is
and
this:
power.
who are you to interfere and decide whether Iran should have enrichment or not? What business is it of yours? You have nuclear capabilities, you have atomic bombs, and you possess the means to wreak havoc on the world.
How can you argue with that statement? It's true. We could blow the whole world up.
What business is it of yours whether the Iranian nation has enrichment or not, or whether it has nuclear technology or not? A nation has the right to decide for itself. It has nothing to do with you. Who are you to interfere? From what legal position are you making these statements? This is our argument. Right now, we have thousands of young, knowledgeable people in the country who are experts in nuclear fields and related areas. They have all been trained in just the past few years. Should we disappoint all of them, leave them unemployed, and make them lose hope in their own country's future? This is what the Americans want. This is what they say. This is what they demand. Music in music. We are witnessing the actions of rude and insolent leaders. These arrogant and disrespectful leaders of America continue to repeat this specific demand in many various ways across the global stage. Furthermore, the Zionist enemy has clearly made a very grave mistake and has committed a major unforgivable crime against humanity. This situation is becoming increasingly dire as these powerful figures refuse to acknowledge the weight of their aggressive actions and the long-term impact their decisions will have on the stability of the entire region and the world at large.
Notice he talked about the entire region. That's the difference between the way the West thinks. Targets, blow them up, collateral damage, we don't care. He's looking at the big picture. He's looking at the entire region. Because if the entire region accepted the supreme leader, left the country alone, turned off their war machine, the entire area would develop. Look what Jared Kushner wants to build. A Viva Las Vegas $40 billion future city. The entire coastline would be developed. If there was peace, it could be a resort for all people from around the world. But no, 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 no. Our military industrial complex has always wanted Iran. They want to get to Iran. It's one of the largest countries in the region. It's got over almost 80 million or 100 million people. It's incredibly large. And it's been around for 5,000 years. A whole diversity of culture. And yet these megalomaniacs, Netanyahu, Biden, and Trump, and the ones that Iran's bad, Iran is not the problem. The problem is the military industrial complex, which is a profit making machine that rips off the American taxpayers in the tune of hundreds of trillions of dollars since Vietnam on phony ass wars where they said we were going in there to protect democracy and da 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 da. And it was always about stealing resources and off book operations to fund with the money they steal and the drugs they steal and sell on the market around the world, off book operations to fund other parts of the military industrial complex section of DOD that they don't really want to talk about. It's the off book stuff that they don't talk about. It's been there forever. And now we're ready to blow up the world. Because when Iran is attacked, their hypersonic missiles will come in a form of this: an electronic intifada hypersonic symphony with missiles traveling at speeds of Mach 12 to Mach 16, which means they could hit Israel in less than a minute. So just be generous, 2 minutes. Imagine 200 hypersonic missiles coming at one time. Imagine another barrage of 150. Imagine another one on the other coast by 100. Imagine having your aircraft carriers sunk and your destroyers sunk. They have the technology. They are prepared to put this dog to rest. This is the Conscious Hour. Thanks for tuning in. Please share this video and like. Thank you very much for tuning in. Share it, like, and speak out. We need to bring this together, folks. Peace.